Hi there, I'm Anette Olzon, and you're watching the Rat.
Oh, you messed it up already.
It's too late in the evening. Rat Pack, or did you say Rat
No,
Pack?
rat salad, like a salad.
Ah, salad. Okay, now I remember.
Rat salad
Rat
review.
Review. Okay,
Yes.
once more. Hi, this is Anette Olzon, and you're watching the Rat Salad Review.
Perfect.
It's time for Rat Salad Review with your hosts, Wayne Noon, Greg Norgal, and Nate Lander.
Welcome to Rat Salad Review. That's right. And as you saw at the beginning of the show, we have an interview, or I have an interview, because Greg's too lazy and doesn't want to do interviews all the time. No, Greg wasn't there. It was too early. I don't want people to get mad at you for not showing up to the interviews. Sometimes I get interviews and they're early and nobody's home, okay? I get home from work early and I got time to do this stuff. But
yeah,
we have,
that's true.
That's true. But yeah, I have an interview with Anette Olzon from formerly from Nightwish, and now she's with Russell Allen doing a what do you call it? A duet album, I guess you call that.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. With Russell Allen and Anette Olzon. Alan Olzon it is called. And we will be talking about that and some of the other stuff that she's done throughout her career. So be sure to stay tuned for that episode interview. Let me start this over. Nah, fuck it, I'm leaving this in.
Okay.
All right. I'm tired. It's late.
That's fine. I will have to watch that interview, though. I'm curious to hear about their new project there.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know, you probably didn't hear the Alan Lande. How do you say his nice name? Lande, I think he told me. No. No. Well, it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I mean, I've never heard it. Yeah.
They're good. They're very good albums. And actually, Timo Tolkki did one of those albums too. He did the last one that they did together. But it's very similar to those albums. If you heard those, not you. I'm talking about other people watching the show.
Yeah, no, I got that too.
But yeah, so give it a look-see when you get a chance. It's very good. All right, so you want to get into some news?
Yes.
That's why we're doing this little intro.
What should we start with? Ozzy's canceled shows?
We're going to do that first, because that seems to be the most important one.
Yeah.
Because now there's some confusion.
Well, he's claiming they're just postponed now, but I mean, as sickly as he is and as many problems as he's had over the last few years, I just don't see a full-scale tour happening. So I'm going to stick with what they said when they said it was originally canceled.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2003. So he's had this for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a new thing.
Yeah. Well, he just came out with it now, so I didn't really read the news. I just saw that he had it and figured it was just, recent. But
well, I kind of figured he had it back.
He had to have some. You knew he had something.
2003, yeah.
Yeah, especially when he watched that show that he was doing. You can tell something was up with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, God, I went to Ozfest 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003, and you
Really?
could tell then. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen him live.
I've seen him a few times solo and a few times as a member of Black Sabbath, always at Ozfest.
Let's see. Oh, he told radio.com. Oh, I'm promoting another website. That's all right. I'm sure they'll promote us too, right?
Sure.
Yeah. He told them, everybody thinks when I had this fall last year, he found out about he had Parkinson's, and he said he's known it since 2003. It's not a death sentence, but when he got diagnosed, it just went okay. So he took that fairly well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Clarifying that the shows have been postponed, not canceled, Ozzy said, the way I look at it, and I've spoken to his wife, Sharon, about this, I cannot go on the road until I'm 100% confident that I can pull it off. Because if he goes out now and I can't carry on, people are going to think that he's lost the plot. So I'm going to have to go out there until I can give them the show that I want to give them. because it's not fair to them. She also posted a thing yesterday, or I think she was on her show, talking about the cancellation. And it was basically about, oh shit, did I get rid of another news story? Basically about, I guess when he's going to do treatments for something, that it's going to take they thought it was going to take 6 weeks, and it's actually going to take like 8 weeks or something like that. So,
okay.
He needs more time to resting and
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he needs the time, and really, I mean, the guy's getting up there. You can't blame him for not doing the shows. Really,
but all these print interviews and stuff on the internet with these quotes from him, that's got to be pre-written and submitted. I mean, I've heard the guy talk. I've seen him in person. Everything he says is fucking nonsense.
Might not even make him half the time, though. You never know.
Yeah, no. But that's why I think it's so funny when Nate is, and it sucks he's not here right now to talk about this, but when he talks about how much he thinks Sharon loves Ozzy, bullshit. That boy's a $sign to her. Always has been. She's going to get him back out there if she can to milk it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, they've been together so long, but you're kind of right in a way, I guess. But I think they would both be lost.
Of course, they've been together so long.
They would be lost without each other, though. I think. Who wouldn't want to be with her?
They both cheat on each other constantly, or they used to anyway. That's why I just don't fucking believe it.
Yeah. No.
They've been married so long, the divorce settlement would ruin both of them. So they probably just stay together because they're in their 70s now. But moving on.
Much. Yeah, pretty much.
Keep away from the digital bitch,
Other news. KK Downing is in the news again. You believe this fucking guy? He just will not leave.
Yeah, I know. Well, at least it's something positive this time.
Yeah, that is true.
KK's
priest.
Horrible fucking name.
It is a horrible name. Why would he do this?
Even though it's not originally their song, if he wanted something to reference himself personally and his time that he was in Priest and Les Binks, they could have called it Better by You, Better Than Me, for Christ's sake. That sounds so much better than KK's Priest.
Yeah, they could have picked another song, with a good title. Not that one you just did. That was terrible. That would be a terrible band name.
It would be a terrible band name, just like KK's Priest is, you jackass.
It is.
But if you were listening to what I said,
I understood what you said.
Okay, then.
I understand. But, it's going to feature some former members of Priest, Tim Ripper Owens, and Les Binks on drums. Yep. And who's the other two guys? AJ Mills from Hostile and Tony Newton from Voodoo 6. I know Voodoo 6. I don't know who Hostile is. But, I don't know. What do you feel about this? Are you happy about this?
I want to see KK and Les play together. I think that'd be really cool, so I'm interested in it for whatever they do that way. And Ripper's a good vocalist. KK's worked with him before. I think it could come out pretty cool. But at the same time, I hope we don't just end up with two competing Judas Priest sounds, if you will. Yeah. I know it's going to be heavy. I know it's going to be traditional heavy metal, but I hope it's not a fucking copycat of the current Priest sound. I really hope KK does something better than that. Well, honestly, I don't really think it'll sound like that anyway, because that's not Les Binks' playing style.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's going to be playing any double bass or anything crazy. So.
Well, that's a good point, but that wasn't really what I was referring to directly.
I understand what you're referring to.
Okay, yeah.
But, Scott Travis, he's like a double bass player, so a lot of his, styles, two totally different drummers. Mm-hmm. Why did he leave Priest anyway? You know?
Les, I can't remember now. I should have looked it up before we did this segment, but I didn't.
Right.
Oh, no, I remember now.
All right.
No, because I've heard this numerous times. It was just I forgot. So he left because Priest had made the conscious decision that they wanted to go for a more commercial sound. And when it was after they recorded the Killing Machine album, and they said to Les, they said, "Can you play simpler and just do basic rhythms and change your style?" And he said, "No, I can't change my style. That's fucking impossible." But they split amicably.
Mm. Has he been in any bands since then?
Nothing famous. Few like ensemble jazz type things, and I think a blues band or two. But nothing on the level of Priest again.
Yeah. Obviously, I haven't heard his name in years, so that'd be cool. It'd definitely be cool. I hope it goes more towards like the maybe late '70s, early '80s type style. Priest,
yeah,
if
I
anything.
really hope it sounds like Stained Class and Killing Machine era.
Yeah.
I'd be really happy about that.
Yeah. That's why I wish current Kiss would have Priest would have stayed. I got the Kiss story next. That's why I said Kiss. But that's I wish Priest would have stayed. A little bit.
Yeah, me too.
But once they did Painkiller, it's kind of hard to go back to that in a way.
Well,
I think so, anyway.
I mean, I don't know. Painkiller's not really all that different.
It is. It's very different.
The drums are different, and it's a slightly different style, but other than the title track, the majority of that record sounds like what they were doing in the mid to late 80s for the most part.
Yes.
Just played a little faster.
All right. Kiss manager on upcoming last ever concert. They might bring out all former members. They might. Emphasis on the might. But we were talking about this earlier. I really don't see Vinnie Vincent coming out, but you never know.
No, me neither. I don't know if he can have a sane enough moment of clarity where he can do something like that. Or I guess the big fear is, they let him do it and he comes up with some crazy ass reason to sue them afterwards. Because he wasn't credited properly. But,
there'd be something stupid. I also don't see. Go ahead.
I was going to say it would be cool to see him included, though.
Yeah. But I also don't see Peter Criss doing it. I mean, he can't play drums. What's he going to do? Just come out stage and just wave?
Yeah, I kind of thought that's what they were referencing with this. What you think they're going to give everybody their own friggin' song? Get out of here.
I don't know. Everybody come out and play, I don't know, rock and roll all night. I have no idea.
Maybe. That'd probably be what they do. They'd probably be mimicking it anyway. So.
Think so?
Yeah. Well, if there's that many people together on stage, you can't even tell. It doesn't really matter.
Nah. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I guess it ends next year.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. However, one thing that really bothers me about the whole last tour thing with them, and I get it, Tommy Thayer has been the ace pretender, their guitar player since fucking, 2002, 2003?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, but, the guy that really kept them alive and kept them going for years, Bruce Kulick as a guitarist, he never gets any recognition. It'd be really fucking nice to see them do something for him, because he really made a big contribution to the Kiss camp, and you just don't hear him talked about that much.
Is he even mentioned? I don't even see his name on this thing here. That's funny. It's funny because I kind of forget about him sometimes myself. And he is, one of the, like you say, is one of the ones that did keep them alive.
I think he gets kind of dissed a lot because he was in the non-makeup era, and for whatever reason, Kiss tries to seem to, not focus on that, but since it's their last show ever, even in general, I don't think it should matter, it was an era, it fucking happened, you still play Lick It Up and shit, although that was with Vinnie Vincent, but, point being, you would think, especially as deep as his familial connection runs with Kiss, they would honor him in some type of way.
They should bring back all the members that played on the albums. All the random people. The ones that weren't Gene and Paul.
Yeah, like Rick Derringer
Yeah.
and Robin Ford. And...
Just bring everybody out. That'd be a long-ass concert. I wonder what it would sound like to have the people that actually played the songs on the albums actually play the songs live. It'd be interesting.
I don't know. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff that you're talking about has never even been played live, though. I mean, a lot of that shit they would have people do overdubs on were on.
Who knows? You never know. God knows who really did the albums. You know, so many people were involved in them. We don't know what really happened.
Well, which albums are you talking about?
No, just anyway. I don't know specifically. I just know people worked on albums.
Yeah, but I mean,
it actually didn't.
You're talking early '70s. They didn't have the type of money to do that.
No, not that early, but later on.
Well, the biggest thing that happened, or that at least happened first, was they had to get Bob Kulick,
I was going to say,
older brother, to do some overdubs and shit for Ace because there was stuff Ace just couldn't play.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Bruce and Bob. I don't know if they the last time I saw something about them, they weren't getting along very well.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I did see something about that. Actually, funny thing is, Bob Kulick would have taken Ace's place originally, but he was not asked because he's bald.
They could have just worn a wig.
Well, you're also talking 1979. I don't
know.
quite think the technology was there at the time.
But isn't that ironic, though? Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley are both bald.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, Bob Kulick could have just been saying it to make a joke, too. You know, they never really clarify.
Right. You never know. Stryper is in the news for a little funny reason. I'm not a huge fan of Stryper, but I know some people are. But on February 17th, Michael Sweet took to Instagram to share a picture of him with Stryper, bassist Perry Richardson, smoking cigars, along with the caption, "We're enjoying a long overdue day off and celebrating past for present birthday in San Antonio. I haven't smoked a good cigar in probably a year or so at least. Thank you, Perry Richardson, for this moment. Life is all about celebrating with my love." I don't know. He's tweeting other people, so I don't know who these people are. Good times. This is what it's all about. Next time, it's with you, Prime Ministries. Being that Stryper is an openly Christian act, some of the band's fans reacted negatively to the image, with the segment of the religious faithful pointing out that the Bible contains principles showing that God does not approve of unhealthy and unclean habits and thus views smoking as a sin.
That's a load of shit. People use tobacco in the Bible all the time. Fucking Christians just need something to be angry about.
No, we don't.
Was that God?
Yes, that was God, actually.
Oh, boy. But, yeah, he writes on Instagram. Recently, he posts pictures sharing the moment together with the cigar. He didn't even think of the potential backlash that it could cause, and although I'm not surprised by some of the judgmental comments, I'm a little let down by those who forget that we're all flawed. We're all sinners. And he's never claimed to be perfect, and never will be.
Yeah, they always
people just take these things too
seriously, and
too
they
serious.
always come out with something ridiculous about it. Like, I remember that one guy that got into it in an interview with Michael Sweet I read, and this was probably 10, 12 years ago at this point, but, you know, he was basically telling Michael Sweet that they couldn't be a Christian rock band because rock music was against God's will. So any type of rock music was evil. So whether he knew it or not, he was performing for the devil. It was one of the most ridiculous things I ever read. I couldn't believe he didn't cut off the interview. Like, I mean, I guess you got to worry about your public image and all that, but shut the fuck up, man. Do you realize how stupid you sound?
Yeah, it's insane. Ronnie James Dio documentary coming soon.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be cool.
I'm excited to see that.
BMG has announced its next feature-length film will be the first ever career-spanning documentary on the life and times of legendary rock icon Ronnie James Dio. It is the first documentary about Dio to be fully authorized by the artist's estate. BMG is both financer and executive producer of the film, with all rights available worldwide. So that'll be cool. It's yeah. That'll be a cool thing. It's got some, I guess, let me see here. The upcoming documentary is the latest project in BMG's fast-growing line of music-related films and television projects, including the critically acclaimed Sundance Film Festival selections. David Crosby, Remember My Name, recently Grammy-nominated for Best Music Film, and Joan Jett documentary Bad Reputation. The show's The Thing, a film about legendary concert promoters and the early days of live music business, Rude Boy, the story of Trojan Records, and Echo in the Canyon, one of the top-grossing documentaries of 2019. Yes, so the Ronnie James Dio is currently in production and is yet to be titled, but it is happening. So that'd be cool. It's a nice little thing there.
Indeed, it will be cool.
Yes, it will be. And last but not least, a lot of bands are well, I guess now the wine. A lot of people were selling wine for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a big thing, like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Anything to make money, you know. But now Ripper Owens and Michael Wilton are both going to have their signature coffee blends.
Yeah, nothing new there. Like Dave Ellison did it, and so did Charlie Benante.
Yes, they did. I actually have a Charlie Benante coffee cup. Yeah, it's one of my favorite drummers. So when I saw he had that cup, I said, "Oh, I gotta have that cup." I eat cereal out of it because I don't drink coffee.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a big enough cup to eat cereal out of.
Oh, I know the type of cup you mean. I got a couple of those, but I drink coffee out of them.
Yeah, I don't like coffee. But yeah, go look for those coffees. If you like coffee, go buy them. I don't really have much to say about them, but that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, check them out. It'll be cool. Hey, I mean, I hope them doing signature blends of coffee does become the regular thing. Wine is disgusting, and I'm not really a drinker, so it'd be nice to have something that you can go around and sample like that.
I don't like wine or coffee, although I do like Moscato. Have you ever tried Moscato?
Yeah,
Try sparkling Moscato.
You might as well just drink champagne. I mean...
No, this don't taste like champagne. It's good.
No,
it tastes like soda.
Man, you and Troy like some really gay drinks, dude.
Watch that. It's 2020. You can't say that word.
I don't give a fuck.
God, you're gonna get us kicked off YouTube. You know?
Well, fine. Here's a message for YouTube. All political correctnesses is fascism hiding behind manners, so fuck you.
Oh my god, the algorithms right now are going nuts. They're trying to get us kicked off YouTube. Oh boy. Alright, well, thanks for watching this portion of the show. If you didn't, you might be lucky. But please enjoy my interview. That's right, my interview with Anette Olzon. I had a lot of fun. She's a very cool woman, and hope to get her on the show again with her next project. And please enjoy this interview.
Indeed.
We will see you next week with Album versus Album.
That's right.
Yes, we will. And I believe we're going to have 2 guests on for that show. So it'll be a very interesting show. It's going to be our first 2 guests, right? We're going to have 5 people on the show, right? And the guests both pick an album, different albums. So now we're going to see who's got the better one. What do you think about that?
I just won't listen to them, and I'll be quiet the whole time and listen to what everybody else has to say.
All right, enjoy the Annette Olson video, and see you guys next week.
Bye.
I've been listening to your new album now with Russell Allen. Yes, it's very good. Were you always going to be part of that thing? Because I know it was Jorn Land and then Russell Allen on the first few albums, and now this came up. So were you always in always part of the plan to be on this, or did this just happen all of a sudden?
I actually don't know exactly what the thingy was. I guess Jorn maybe didn't want to do it anymore or something. I don't know the history about that. I just got one year ago, I got a question from my record label if I was interested in singing with Russell in this album. So I have no history about why they didn't do any more Alan Lande. But maybe, Jorn is quite busy with solo and stuff. So maybe he was a bit tired of it or something. I don't know.
I could understand that. He is a very busy man.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Have you ever met him?
Yes, I have actually. We were in Israel doing a show with a lot of singers, and I met him, and it was a very, very nice man, and he's an impressive singer, so I love him a lot. He's great. Yeah.
Very cool. I have him on Thursday, so hopefully it should go well.
Say hi from me.
Will do. Will do.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite singers. Besides you, he's up there.
Yeah, but he's amazing, and Russell also is amazing. They're both amazing singers,
Yes. So. Did you get to work with Russell in the studio, or did you work on yours somewhere else, and he worked on his own?
Yeah, I mean, with the distances, and he was actually out playing, I think, touring a little bit there. So he has done his recordings in the US, and I've done it here. And then you just send your files, to the mixing guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes nowadays,
Yeah, it is. It's the modern world.
Right. Yeah. Actually, that's how I do my stuff too, because I play music on the side. But and actually, my friend don't even live that far away. He lives about an hour away, but we don't get together like that, so it's just easier to do at home,
Yeah, and I mean, it's also very economic thing, you don't have to hire like a studio. You can just do it at your home or for little money, so it's a good thing if you want to have a quite low budget album out. It's good to do it at home.
Right, exactly. Do you go to a studio or you do your stuff from home?
Actually, it was a studio, me and my best friend Niklas from Allison, but then he had to move out from that, so we have it in his home. So we have like a small little room where we record, but it works really well. So no problem there.
With the technology you got now today, it's like, you can sound like you're anywhere, basically,
Yeah, and for me, it's like I have really good microphones. I bought some really good Shure microphones, and I think I have 3 different ones. As long as you have the good microphone, and also, of course, no disturbance from other rooms or, it's a good isolation is always good. Otherwise, you can do it at home.
Right, yeah. What's your go-to microphone to record with?
Oh, I don't know the names of these, but I have 3 ones. The one I'm using most is like a really expensive silvery thing from Shure. And then I have one a little bit cheaper, a little bit more softer when you sing a bit more softer stuff, like my solo songs, for instance. And then I have a very cheap one, like didn't cost anything almost, from Shure. I haven't used that a lot, but I normally use the silvery expensive one.
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting a gold one just because I love gold so much.
Oh, might as well. And you can put it on the chain and wear it around your neck.
Exactly. Me and PPD.
Yeah, right? Put some bling on it.
Of course.
So, with this album, did you write any of the lyrics or anything, or did Magnus Carlson take care of all that? Because I know he did that with all the other stuff too, right?
Yeah, it's Magnus songs and Magnus lyrics, and he's the producer. So he had done all the songs when I came into the project, and Russell had actually already recorded like his parts for 4 or 5 songs. So when I came in, the process was already on set, so to say.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So you don't get to have any input.
Well, I did actually, because my input is, of course, always that I do all the harmonies, and and I did change the melodies because it wasn't, when you sing with a guy, it can be a bit difficult for. I'm quite high in my tone, and I want to sing higher, and he's quite low in many parts. So I did have to change the melodies, like in Worlds Apart. I had to change the verses to a totally different melody line and such. But it worked, and Magnus was okay with that. So
You also have to sing it too, so it has to fit what you do. So
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's very good. I would do. Is this the first time you collaborated with anybody?
No, I mean, it was the first album where I sing like a whole album with another singer like this.
Yeah, that's yep.
I've done duets like for some songs with other bands like the Rasmus and Swallow the Sun. I've done some, but I've never done like a whole collab album like this is. So it's the first one.
Yeah. How did you like doing this?
It was actually really fun, and Russell is such an amazing singer, and he has such, the feeling. He has this feeling that's, sometimes when I'm in the studio and I hear what he's done, it's like, oh God, he's good. So it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And if you have a good singer to sing with, there's nothing to complain about.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love his other band, Symphony X. I'm a huge Symphony X fan.
Yeah.
So, they're awesome.
Great. Yeah.
Actually, they're another state from me. They're in New Jersey. I'm actually in New York, so they're distant relatives.
I've been both in New Jersey and in New York. With our first tour in America with Nightwish, we stayed in New Jersey, and then we played in New York. So I've been in both.
Oh, what did you think of New York?
I love New York, actually.
Right.
I'm very fond of Los Angeles because of the kind weather, warm weather.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but,
of course.
New York is amazing. It's so huge. Like I've been there a couple of times, but still I haven't seen maybe like 1/10 of it all, I guess. But I love it. Yeah. I like the Indian guy who is in that walking street. I don't remember. There's always this big Indian guy. He's playing some guitar with bare chest. Probably he's
the Naked Cowboy.
Yes, the Naked Cowboy, for sure.
I didn't know he was still around.
Well, I haven't been there for some years, but he was there then.
yeah. I think he's probably still around. He's probably it's freezing cold out. He's probably out there now walking around. Who knows?
Of course he is. Of course. He's the Naked Cowboy. So.
Yeah, you can't. That's his job.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy in the city because they have the people, that guy does that thing, and then they have like the people that dress up as like Elmo and all that stuff, and it's just it gets a bit too much after a while.
I guess if you live there, it can be a little bit too much. Yeah. But for like a tourist or for me passing by with a band, it's really fun.
Yeah, for you guys, it's cool. I mean, thank God I don't live too close to that anyway, so I'm pretty far away from that.
Yeah, that's good.
But we go there to visit maybe once or twice a year, and that's enough for me.
Oh, you're that far away, so.
No, I'm only an hour away. I live on actually. I don't know if you know Long Island. I'm on Long Island.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. But that's good. You don't have to be like in the middle of the big buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too many people out there anyway for me. Although it's getting congested out here.
I understand you.
So, talking about Nightwish, how did that whole thing end? I mean, are you glad that it ended? Are you upset that it ended? Because that was very abrupt almost. Because you did those first two albums with them, and those are my favorite albums, by the way. Anyway. I'm not just saying it because you're here. It's true because I was a huge fan of Tarja, but then when you came on, you added this whole other thing to the band that I think that they needed at that time. And then when you left, I was just like, now what are they going to do? I mean, they're okay now, but still, those first two albums that you were on, they're my favorite ones.
Yeah, I like them too. Haha.
Surprise.
No, but they were like, I mean, I don't want to talk about how it ended because every time I say something, that whole fan base jumps on me. So I have to be very careful with what I say. But sad. I was sad because I felt we had kind of nice thing going on for many years before it started to be a bit difficult between us. Right. And we were also quite different how we wanted to work. And I'm a Swede and they're Finns, and so I'm sad in many ways because it was fun in the fun days. Right, but I'm also very happy that I'm not there because the touring schedule and it was very stressful for me to be away. I was almost never home. I was like away 6 weeks, then I was home maybe 1 or 2 weeks.
Wow.
Just unpacked my bag, and then I went off 5 weeks again. And it's not a lifestyle I felt I wanted to continue for more than that. So and actually now I feel that I have a good life with music and a normal job, and I can decide myself what I want to do, and no one tells me what I have to do. So I'm a free spirit more now than I was at that time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I couldn't believe like some of the things that people were saying back when you were in that band. It was like I guess they didn't really like you. I can understand it because you're replaced, an original person, which I understand. But if that person didn't want to be in the band anymore or whatever happened between them, nobody just accepts the next person. And it was just strange for people not to accept you in that band because you fit perfectly. So it just never made any sense to me.
No, and that's of course, you don't know how people will be, but of course I was the one to got all the hate.
Right, of course, yeah.
And it was of course very hard for me to handle that situation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, if I was the original singer, I wouldn't have all that kind of bad YouTube comments that I have, and they follow me around quite a lot. It has been better now. People have started to stop saying so many bad things, but like I said, if I say anything in any interview, they twist and turn it.
Of course,
it's kind of sad that you can't be free of speech, so I'm a bit careful with what I say.
Right. I don't blame you.
No, but I'm happy about the years we had, and it's great that they still continue doing what they do, and if they're happy, I'm happy, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then after you left that, you put out a solo album.
Yes,
a very good solo album too, by the way.
Thank you.
Are you ever going to do another one?
Yes, I am.
Good. When? It's been a while since that one was released.
I'm working on it, so it will be new, but it will be different from the first one. That's
really?
That album was written when I was in Nightwish, and where I wanted to do something different, and I needed to write an album from my heart and how my life has been and where I was, and I didn't want to compete with my band, so I didn't want to make a metal album and stuff. And now I'm free to do totally what I want. I don't have any band obligations, and I like metal and the heavier stuff, so that's where I'm going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, some more orchestral stuff in there, or are you going to go a lot heavier and go away from that a little bit?
As long as there's really heavy guitars, that's
yeah. All right.
We'll see. I've started to collect songs from songwriters that I will work on. I want to write lyrics and everything. So the process is just in the beginning, but there will be a new album, hopefully next year.
Oh, awesome. Is there any players coming on the album that you can tell us?
No, I work with a co-producer, and I have asked some songwriters and maybe even a guest singer, but I will keep it for myself until it's decided upon, and I want to see how the album looks first, but the process is on already. So
on the way. All right, good, very good. Can't wait to hear it because that one was really, really good.
Yeah.
How did you get working with? I'm going to forget how to pronounce his name. Johnny
Limatainen.
Yes, thank you. I have a terrible. Yes, it is. All you people from these other countries got hard names.
But I have quite an easy name. Anette Olzon quite
easy.
But
you're one of the easiest ones.
Limatainen, that's a really Finnish name, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
Well, that was also Frontiers. I hadn't worked so much with Frontiers before, and then all of a sudden I got an email. They like me a lot in Frontiers, so that's nice, and they just said that we love your voice and would you like to sing on an album with this guy, la la la. And I was like, who is he? And
oh, you didn't know Sonata Arctica at all?
Of course I do, but I didn't know his name.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't been in the band, so I knew Tony Kakko. I met him and such, but since Yanni hasn't been in that band for many years,
Right.
I didn't know. But I Googled him, as you do. And I said yes after some hesitation. First I wasn't sure because I have a normal job and stuff. But my husband said, go for it. And then I got some songs and I was like, wow, yeah, this will be good. This will be good. And
Yeah.
I'm happy I said yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. You just put out your second album, right?
Yes.
In November. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting a lot of feedback from those, from the first two albums that you've got out now?
Yeah, I mean, the first album was actually really good feedback, and you don't know before you put out something, and it got really good reviews, and we got some good offers to play Sweden Rock among other festivals, and this year we've had a lot of nice festivals, big ones that we have said no to actually, because Yanni is very busy in his other band now. He's joined Insomnium, so he's doing that kind of lifestyle that I had in Nightwish, when you're never at home.
Right. Well, is he married? Does he have kids or anything?
No, he has.
Oh, well, see, that's why. Oh.
He can go. Yeah, so we're gonna do like 2 shows in the summer, and maybe some more, but he's really busy. Yeah. So, and the second album, I think it's got a good feeling, and I think people like it. It's a little bit heavier than the first.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
And some people have said that they like the first one better, and some have said they like the second. So I guess I like the second one better. So that's
I think they're
most important.
Yeah, they're both very similar. I mean, they're both good. I like both of them. Yeah,
there are some differences, but still,
you still know it's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I noticed that you do a lot of the music that you're involved in. It is like kind of very similar to what Nightwish did. Actually still do. Do you like doing that stuff, or do you like to do like the more rocky kind of stuff without all the orchestra things?
Well, I do feel that I do like the symphonic metal, of course, and the melodic metal. I could do heavier too, actually, and I like prog metal too. But I think I like, and of course, most questions I get about collaborations are in the metal rock vibe. I guess that's, the singer you are, where they have heard you, and I'm famous for kind of the Nightwish years, so that's what people recognize me from. So so I think it's kind of natural. I don't think anyone takes me to copy Nightwish. Oh, we're going to take Anette and then we're going to copy Nightwish. I don't think that's the aim, and it has never been the aim for Yanni when he writes songs. He wants melodic, positive songs, and we have an 80s vibe that Nightwish doesn't have, for instance. So we have some elements, and we don't have such big orchestrations that they've had in the album. But of course, as long as I have been the singer in that band, there will always be comparisons.
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, but you know what? It's not a bad thing to be compared to, right?
No, I don't think so. And I mean, I'm proud of my years and my albums with Nightwish. I'm always very proud of that. So I don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Do you play any other instruments?
I did play oboe. If you say it, when I was young, I was forced to know, but I did for 8 years. I can play piano, very, chords and melody lines. I'm not a piano player, so to say, but I can write a song with the help of the piano. Guitar, nah. I think piano, a bit piano. I'm like a singer.
Yeah. How did you get involved with nursing?
Before I joined Nightwish, I had decided to start to study in the university. I wanted to have a university degree. And I did study psychology and behavioral science. I was aiming to be a coach. And so I did half my bachelor degree. And then I joined the band, and then I had to quit that, of course. And then when Nightwish ended, I got to be a mom again, and my third child, and I really felt that I need to lean back on something. I want to have a normal job, because singing is not something if you can live on forever.
Right.
And it was very easy to go into the behavioral science, but then I was checking out all the where are the jobs, what do I want to do? I like to take care of people. I'm a very empathic person and a little bit of mom to everyone. And, I like to care for people. And they really need nurses, registered nurses here. It's like you will have a job until you die.
Yeah.
Not the highest salary, but there's always a job. So I decided to start study to be a nurse, and took me 3.5 years. And I finished 1.5 years ago, and I love my job.
Oh, wow, cool.
It's totally different from, the kind of narcissistic way of being an artist and singer, where you have, it's really nice to just be the person where no one knows that I'm a singer, and where I care for that person, and I'm there for them. So it's very rewarding, actually.
Yeah. Do you ever tell them that you do sing, or do you sing like while you're doing things and in the room or anything?
I mean, I never tell anyone that I'm a singer and who I am, except if I apply for a job, I write it in my resume that I've been in the band. And I never tell my colleagues, but they always know somehow, and then they talk about it. So they know, all the colleagues that I work with know,
Yeah.
But my patients, I never say that I'm like a famous singer that I sing, but I may say that to someone, if we talk about music, that I've been traveling the world and I'm a singer, but not more than that. They don't have to know, and I haven't been singing for them that much, but maybe I will one day.
But did you get any patients that said, "Oh, I know who you are"?
Actually, one patient I had, he was a piano player, an old guy. I work with elderly people, and he and me talked about singing, and then he had Googled me somehow, and then when I came the next time, he was like, "I know who you are, and you are like the most beautiful voice," and so he knew, but I didn't say, but he Googled me, and then he knew, and then of course we had more things to talk about.
Right, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you have kids. You have 3. How do you deal with 3 kids, music, and now nursing? I have 1 child, and it's hard for me to just do my regular job, this podcast, and regular life.
Yeah, I'm quite tired at times. I'm also a very old mom. I mean, I'm 48, turning 49, and I have my last child when I was 42. So
wow.
Now they're bigger, but yeah, it's been quite hectic. But I'm really good. I have a very nice husband. He helps me a lot, of course. And I don't travel so much, So when I get off work and in the evening, I'm quite lazy. I just watch TV shows and take it really good. Yeah, but that's my thing. I work really hard, but I do the chores. Maybe I'm not that kind of energetic mom that I go to do stuff with the kids in the weekend all the time, But they're okay with that. They are really happy with playing Fortnite, and they could play Fortnite 24 hours a day.
I can imagine.
No, but it's working, I have good help from my husband, so
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How does your kids take it with you? With your music and stuff? Do they like your music?
Yes, actually they do. I mean, we haven't talked so much about what I've done. They've seen some videos. I guess Nemo, who is now almost 10, people start to talk about that I'm a famous singer sometimes in school, but before we have never talked about. I showed him Amaranth video maybe 2 years ago that it was me, and he was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
But I just like now today I was like, Mom is gonna do interviews. Good night. See you tomorrow. I mean, that's what. And I have done a new album, and they don't care so much.
Yeah. You're just mom to them, so what do they care, right?
Yeah, they don't care. They just, and I mean, both of my younger kids are going to a school which is music orientated, where they sing almost every day and play music and piano. So of course they know that I put them there because I love music, but
Yeah. Do they love it too, or you're not forcing it on them, are you?
Nah.
Are they getting used to it?
They really love music. It's not, I don't force them, and Nemo plays piano. He doesn't practice that much as he should, but he's really talented, he is. And Mio sings. He's my little singer.
wow.
And he's going to be a singer, he says. And he's also, so going to be a Ghostbuster.
Oh, really?
That's his work. He's going to chase ghosts and sell them to those that he has a good plan.
Sounds good to me.
I think it's cool that I have a Ghostbuster in the family.
Yeah. Any ghosts in your house? I mean, do we have to worry?
There has been here, but it's been very calm for a long time.
Oh yeah, what's happened?
There were some really weird, disturbing things happening in some years ago. Me and my eldest son had some disturbing things where our shoes could be placed in the hallway, like in a straight line. No one had put them there. And one evening or morning, I think it was an evening, I was in the bathroom, and then I heard my husband getting in, talking. And I opened the door, I get out, and my son comes out, and he also heard him, but he wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah, and then my son's TV has been weird in many things. But then there was this also a girl contacting me all of a sudden in an email. She said, "You don't know me, but I can like travel." You know, it sounds really weird. I can travel out of my body, and I was in your home, and there is some really mean kind of spirit in your house. And this was when my son couldn't sleep, and the TV went on and off, and the shoes, and and she said, "But I had been there, and I put like something on the door to protect you, and I promise you it stopped." And
Really?
I don't know, but me and my son was like, we don't know, but it was really, really weird. So, and also I said to this kind of ghost or whatever, I said like, okay, you can be here, but you cannot frighten us. And then it's been cool.
Really?
So I don't know, but if it wasn't a ghost or anything, but it was really weird.
Yeah. Do you believe in paranormal experiences?
I want to believe. I cannot say that I don't believe, but I've seen some shapes and I feel some weird, but I want to believe in paranormal stuff and in ghosts and everything. It would be nice if we could come back, you know, if we're not mean.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't want the asshole ghosts.
No, I mean, I would like to visit my family if I would go away, you know, up to the sky or somewhere. So yeah.
Yeah. I always wondered about that, but I guess we'll find out one day, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe not. Whatever. Do you plan on touring for this Russell Allen? Oh my God! Now I'm having like a brain fart on that too. Do you plan on touring? There you go. Thank you. Let me start that over. God, this is bad. I'm never this bad. You're making me nervous. You're the first woman I've had on the show. You know that? And my wife.
Oh, that's why you're nervous.
Yeah, it is. I told my wife the other day. I said I got the first woman on the show. Don't get jealous now.
No,
she probably will
be. She shouldn't be.
But anyway, do you plan on going on tour or anything with the Russell Allen? I did it again. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know, when you start a project album like this, there is never a talk about live shows in that process. So Russell is quite busy, and if there would be an offer for something, we would have to talk about it. I don't have any idea if he wants to do a live or not. We haven't talked about that. I know he's a soccer dad, and he likes to be at home with his kids. He has told me. So we wanted to do a video, you know, that he would come here or I would go to him and do a real video. But he said he was so busy with being a soccer coach and being at home. So that's all up to him, you know. I would definitely go and do a live show with him or something. But we'll see what happens.
Very cool. Well, I thank you very much for coming on. Hope I didn't talk your ear off. And I hope I didn't mess everything up with all the forgetting I did.
No. You can just edit it. For me, it doesn't matter.
I can. Just more work on me.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever seen my show, that's all it ever is. It's just more work for me to do.
For sure. And I wasn't ready for a video, so I look like shit, but that's how it goes.
Oh, well, do you mind? My show is both video and audio. Do you mind if you're on video?
No, I actually don't have any glasses, so I don't see how I look. So we hope that I look okay.
So you'll be okay if I put you on YouTube?
You can put it. Actually, one time there was one Skype interview where I had taken a shower. I had no makeup and shit, you know. And then all of a sudden he was there. I was like, oh my God, was it a video interview? And then he put it out and I was like, oh my God, I look like But it's okay. People need to see the reality, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
both. I just, I don't know why, but people like you watch videos on YouTube.
Of
I listen to
course.
podcasts. I rather listen to it because I listen to it while I'm at work. It's easier,
Yeah,
But
but you can put it
people
out.
like both.
I'm quite open with that. I'm not like, I put out videos in Instagram that I look like, no makeups. No worries. You can do that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. And I wish you luck on this new album. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. When is the album coming out? Because it says to be announced.
March 6th is
There isn't
the
a definite date
release
now?
date. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the promo
Yeah,
thing, like I said,
if,
didn't count.
if they haven't changed it, but that's the date I know, March 6th.
March 6th. All right. Well, go check that out. March 6th, everybody, on Frontiers Records, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's it. And yeah, you can buy it on Amazon, wherever you want to buy it, right?
In every iTunes,
Everywhere.
Spotify, Amazon, blah blah blah, and physical CD, of course.
What do you prefer?
I don't buy any albums anymore. I listen to Spotify.
So you're part of the problem.
I guess I've just evolved into accepting that this is how we listen to music today.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
It is. And
But it's actually, Spotify, there are bad things with it. People buying, views and numbers. That's a big problem.
Right.
But actually, Spotify, it's easy. You can listen to playlists that are put together with metal tracks or whatever. And so, yeah, I'm a big part of the problem, but I've accepted that this is how we listen to music today.
yeah, I know artists really don't get paid a lot from Spotify or all that stuff, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, I mean, you have to be Lady Gaga or someone to get a lot
Right.
of money from Spotify. You have to come up to a certain amount of listenings, and that's quite a lot of listening. So Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Metallica, those get money. You get some, but it's not that much.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, maybe one day. Maybe with this new album, you'll get up there.
We hope so.
Let's
If
get
people
those
like-
Taylor Swift and all those Lady Gagas. Are you a fan of those anyway? Lady Gaga and
Actually, Lady Gaga is really good, and
Yeah.
I watched the Taylor Swift documentary. I like Taylor Swift.
oh yeah, I
she's
saw
good.
that on Netflix. Yeah.
And I thought it was a really, really good documentary. It really showcased, how if you say something wrong, people will really,
Right.
really hate on you, and it's
Right,
really
yeah.
sad. But I liked the documentary; it was really good.
Oh, very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, any bands or anything that you're interested in right now?
I listen a lot to. Well, I've always loved Linkin Park, and they will always be one of my favorites. And I have this Ghost. I love Ghost.
I love Ghost.
They're
One of my
amazing.
favorites.
Really good.
Yeah.
There's this new band. What's the name now? I need to think. It's nothing. It's a band that is in the playlist. What the hell is the name in the blah 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 blah? Maybe now I don't remember. But they're really good. But it's kind of the Linkin Park vibe. I really like Linkin Park sound. And what's their name? Slipknot.
Oh, Slipknot. All right. I'm not a huge fan, but I know who they are. Everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, but Ghost is for sure really. one
Yes,
of
Ghost is
the-
my favorite. If you saw behind me, I have tons of Ghost memorabilia everywhere.
Yeah, but they are amazing, and they are like Swedish.
Yeah. So there you go. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Swedish. They are best.
That's right. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
All my favorite bands are coming from Sweden lately, and yeah, you guys put out some great music.
We are
So.
so good in Sweden.
You guys are. You guys
We
are.
have ABBA, and that's everything, and that's why we're so good, I guess.
That's
No, I'm just kidding. No, but we have some good bands. In Flames, and we have some
Yeah.
good bands. Mm.
Of course. Well, again, everybody go check out the new Russell Allen, and I keep saying it like this, and I don't
Alan
know why.
Olson,
Alan, thank
doesn't
you.
matter.
I know your
Alan
name. I just
Olson.
keep getting messed up with his.
Alan Olson.
Alan Olson. What's the name of the
Yeah.
album, too, by the way?
Uh,
Worlds Apart?
Worlds
Okay.
Apart, yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Well, thank you again very much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we get to do this again with another, maybe a solo album.
Yeah, for sure we will. We have
Yeah.
to do it with my solo. Yes,
Yes, please do.
we will.
All right. Thank you very much. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That was my interview with Anette Olzon. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you guys next
See
week.
you guys next week.
Please visit ratsaladreview.com. We now have t-shirts. Please buy a t-shirt. They're very cheap. I try to keep them cheap just for now. They might go up in price because it would be nice to make some money. But for now, I want to get the name out there. So $15, you can get a t-shirt, one-sided shirt. If you want to get two-sided shirts, $20. Buy either one. I don't care. But buy one. And also subscribe to YouTube, Rat Salad Review. Subscribe to Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. Tell your friends about us. Tell your mom about us. Tell your grandmother about us. Tell your significant other about us. I don't care. Tell somebody. Share our post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Please share the show. And if you have any suggestions, please write them in the comments or write to ratsaladreview@gmail.com.
That's
Okay.
right. I check it at least once a week.
That's right. I check it every day. There's a lot of emails in there. All right. So thanks again for watching our show, and we will see you next week.
For album versus album.
See you guys later. Bye.
What?